Morning, good morning. Sorry for being a couple of minutes late. It is 8:02 on a Tuesday morning, January 7th. Stella had something in her mouth, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" So I had to grab it out of her mouth. Good times. So anyway, apologies, but here we are, and we are doing the coffee talk thing. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. It is a chilly start to the day. It's impact weather, no doubt. Wind chills around Central Florida in the 20s and 30s. It's chilly, but you get a hit of that wind and it just adds some bite. So, heads up, my friends. Definitely the kind of weather you need to have the jacket on for. My son this morning, we were taking him to daycare and he's just like, "No, I don't need the jacket." It's like, "No, I think you do." And he stepped outside. He's like, "I don't need the jacket. I need the jacket. I need the jacket." So there you go. It's not just going to be this morning, too. It's going to be tomorrow morning and it's going to be Thursday morning. And you'll see that little impact icon on our air product and, of course, on the Coffee Talk product, letting you know about the chill that's here. So just a heads up, my friends. It's going to be one of those days where it's overmodulating. The kids play with this. Is that any better? I say, sometimes the kids come into my office and play with stuff, so maybe they played with something. I don't know, but the microphone should be good now. All right, so that's where we're at. Let's take a live look outside, kind of get an idea. Port Canaveral, first off, it's gray, not the prettiest of mornings. Let's head over to New Smyrna Beach. Low cloud deck here. You can see the wave action. Are there any? Is there anybody? Let's just look. Is there anybody? Is there anybody out walking? I'm looking. I see flags. I see beach patrol. I mean, that's a cool shot. Also, like, don't miss on the left side here. It's like a little bit of a fog layer there, right? You see that? Sound is a little off from normal. All right, let me see. Audio input. Interesting. It's got the right microphone selected. If I do this, let me see if I do this. All right, how's that? I turned the gain down. Maybe will that help it at all? All right. We'll try that. Anyway, all right, moving right along. Downtown Orlando, there's the cloud deck in downtown. Yeah, chilly. So here's a look at our temperatures. Live look around Central Florida. All right, so that's better. They turned the gain up on the microphone. Love that. Love that. Love when the kids go playing. All right, so there's a look at our temperatures across Central Florida. These are live temperatures. They update every 5 minutes or so. You factor in the winds, though. This is the feels like temperatures, okay? Feels like 29 outside in Ocala. Feels like 36 in Orlando, 30 degrees in Daytona Beach, 38 outside in Titusville. So it is chilly, and it's all thanks to that blasted wind. It's going to be a breezy day, too. Here's the wind speeds right now. All right, so there you go. Yeah, I mean 5, 10, 15 miles an hour. So it's a little chilly. Comparing temperatures right now to this time yesterday, 15 to 20 degrees colder. So it's definitely noticeable. Yeah. First warning, live Doppler radar is quiet. Even though we've got a lot of cloud cover, none of it is rain producing. Okay? You're not going to get your snow. Sorry. So through 9 a.m. impact weather, because it's so cold and it's breezy. Notice through the day, lots of sunshine. It's going to be gorgeous. Temperatures are going to be climbing into the lower 50s by 1 o'clock, mid 50s for a high temperature. We do get the sun shining through. We're going to burn these clouds off. We'll look better and better and better. Here's a look at our futurecast model. All right. And there you go, kind of little waves of clouds. Now, Futurecast in a cold weather scenario like this, it always wants to show like offshore showers, but none of it ever comes in because the atmosphere is going to just be too stable. So that makes sense. I think we're going to be just fine, right? The ghosted woman says never apologize for no snow in Florida. Yeah. Hi, Stella. Did you find something else to put in your mouth? She had like a kid's marker in her mouth. It's like, I Gavolt. So anyway, a couple of clouds overhead, but we're going to be, I think, just fine for today. It's just going to be chilly, right? So 56 is our high temperature today. Will be the coldest afternoon since January 14th of 2023. Yeah. Here's a look at high temperatures around Central Florida today. All right, 56 in Orlando, 55 in the Villages, 53 degrees in Ocala, about 60 in Palm Bay. Average high is 72. So clearly we are falling below that, right? And then you factor in the wind. It's going to be breezy, 10, 15 miles an hour. Right now, just to give you an idea, I mean, it's 12 knots. That's 15, 16, 17 miles an hour. So there's some wind. It's a chilly one, my friends. Um, Forecast continues that chill. Let's look the next couple of nights. 39 in Orlando tomorrow morning, 37 Thursday morning in Orlando. Both are impact mornings because in addition to the chill, we've got frost that we'll have to deal with. This morning didn't really see frost because we had pretty decent winds. But let's do this, okay? Let's just kind of break it down. First off, this is something pretty new. Cold weather advisories through 9 a.m. The metro up to the north, those will be allowed to expire. But when we look at advisories tonight into tomorrow morning, we do have freeze advisories for Marion. And if the winds calm, we could see some frost. Definitely a piece we'll have to get into. All right. So let's talk about tonight's forecast temperatures. All right. All right. So here's our overnight low temperatures in Orange County tonight: 39 in Orlando, 39 in Apopka, Maitland 41, about 37 in Zellwood. Across the rest of town, expecting that freeze in Marion. That's why we are hanging out in that freeze advisory there, right? 32 in Ocala, 34 in the Villages, 39 Daytona Beach, 43 in Titusville, and 46 degrees in Melbourne. So it is chilly. It is absolutely chilly. Yeah. Quite a nippy start indeed, Luis. It is. It is. Barb says, still a lovely day. It is a lovely day. It's just a chilly start to our day, right? Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna be just fine, right? Yeah. Just have to plan on that. So that's tomorrow morning. Let's look at our Wednesday afternoon. All right, because we're kind of just going through the paces here. Tomorrow afternoon, 61 in Orlando. So now, originally, originally we had 50s for 3 days in a row. That does not look to be the case. Now we've got 60s in there for tomorrow in the metro, 59 in the Villages, 57 in Palm Coast. Thursday morning, if I type that in correctly, Thursday morning, back into the 30s again. 37 in Orlando, 36 in Leesburg, 35 in DeLand, and high temperatures Thursday afternoon, 58 in Orlando, 59 in the Villages, 50 in Palm Coast. Yeah. Heather says, good morning, Eric. I don't like this weather at all. Totally get it. Totally get it. It's not the norm for us, you know? And before Chris Pierce asks, when we're talking about these morning low temperatures, coldest low on record in Orlando goes back to the 1800s. It was 18 degrees in Orlando. No records today. Here's some of those other numbers. So, yeah. Thankfully, we're not talking about records. At least not this week, right? All right, here's a look at our 7-day forecast just to put it all together. I know, Chris. I know my customer, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have impact days highlighted. It's not like the world is ending. It's letting you know that there's something about those days that are going to impact you heavily. And it's these morning lows, these early mornings with either wind chills or with frost. Into the weekend, back to 70. That looks gorgeous. Saturday afternoon, 50% coverage of showers. Could even see a few thunder showers and then another cold front, though thankfully it looks like it's a little bit more normal. I mean, it's still chilly, but it's a little bit, right? Yeah, I could take that. Ella's asking, should we evacuate? Yeah, yeah. The exit rows are on the above wing seats of this aircraft, right? Cece says, I didn't even know Florida got that cold. Oh, yeah, girl. It gets cold here. Doesn't do it often, and it doesn't do it for very long, but it gets cold here. Christina says, I know it's still a few days away, but is it looking like rain for the WDW half on Saturday early morning? So obviously we have showers in there. Um, it's funny, my brother is running the half as well. So let's do this. Of course, sign in. Hold on. All right, re-signing in. Let's do this. Let's just look at the GFS model and let's get an idea. All right, so there's Saturday, 4 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m. So for now, it looks like 9, 10 o'clock is when we could start to see some showers on Saturday. That's current GFS run. If we go back a run, it's a little bit later. Go back 2 runs, it's earlier. So at the moment, at least, it looks like late morning. Could get into a few of those showers. Need to text that to my brother as well. Or I'll just grab a clip of this on Coffee Talk. I'm going to take a screen grab. All right. That way I can send him this clip of Coffee Talk because my brother works for another TV station in town. So he doesn't exactly support what I do. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But when he needs his weather, he's coming to me, okay? Also, it should. Joe says soup time. That's not a bad idea. Let's see. My mom has wind chill temp of 4 degrees this morning. For that reason, happy I'm not in New York still. Yeah, no thanks. Matt, you like it? Oh man. Are the showers Saturday bringing another cold front? Yeah, so you can see like Saturday, 70s the high. Sunday, Monday, back to the 60s. Yeah. Lorraine says, thank God we don't get snow. Yeah. Yeah. Brian says, not a drop of rain in Orange City yesterday. I think it probably rained for like 2 minutes at my house. Oh well. Too bad there's no business casual sweatpants and hoodies. The struggle is real. Jenny, I feel like I have seen gentlemen suits made out of sweats. I have never purchased them, but I feel like Temu or something on Facebook has targeted me for that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. My brother says, I live on the other side of the state and I get my weather from you also. Well, thank you, Frank. Thank you very much. We got a decent 10-minute downpour in Mount Dora. There you go. Yeah. Never got any of the rain in Melbourne last night. There were only a few showers. It wasn't a ton of rain. This is the dry season. The focus for us for sure is the chills. Brian says, I want to hear your Mooney electrical problem story. You know what? Who knows how old that battery was? At the end of the day, um, who knows how old that battery was? I got one start. Engine was a little flooded. By the second time, battery didn't want to go. So it was one of those. It was kind of like a ticking issue. Yeah. And just so that you know, if anybody was worried, like these are not problems in the air because before you take off, you check all of your electrical levels to make sure that you're generating power with an alternator. And I have a dual magneto system for the engine, etc. Starting an airplane is a lot of power. So yesterday ordered a new battery. Should arrive by 10 o'clock today. But I cannot thank I cannot thank Alex Alisi enough for he literally grabbed a battery out of another airplane, flew it down, swapped out the batteries with me, and then flew back. Destiny, he's freelancing. He's freelancing. He's just listen, he's just trying to pay the bills until he can get onto the airlines. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. The plane doesn't need the battery to keep flying, right? You just got to start the dang thing. Uh, so anyway, yeah, once we got the engine started, it was fine. It was fine. And actually, it's kind of funny. So Alex flew back while I was while I was like continuing to get everything ready. So he actually took kind of a fun. I'll show you. He actually took kind of a fun video. He was already on the ground when I was coming in to land at Sanford. So he's like, here's you flying back," and I was like, "Oh, there I am." It's like, you're clearly not a photographer because, oh, there I am. So he did get like video of me flying back in. He was just like, I was already on the 417 by the time you were doing your approach. So anyway, but no, I genuinely cannot thank him enough. All right. So anyway, there it is. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns. How am I a pilot? I learned to fly. Took the lessons, did that thing. Anybody can do it. Is the rain on Saturday in Orlando going to be a nor'easter? You know, it's a cold front. I mean, at this point in time, it's far enough out. We just need to watch the genesis of the system. So we'll get there. There's not a big worry yet of anything, right? And the timing, at least for now, the GFS is trying to say late morning, so midday ish. So for folks running the Disney races, if you're slow like I think I finished my half at 10:30 in the morning or something. I don't really remember actually. It's been a few years. But when I ran my two halves, I was slow. I would have run into some rain based on the GFS right now. Yeah. Could you please tell me, should we be covering our plants? Can't seem to get an answer. All right. So, Deborah, first off, where do you live? We'll start there. And what type of plants? I always tell everybody, if you're worried, do it. That's an insurance policy, right? Um, I, like for me, I've got my palms, my shrubs. I'm not covering any of them. But if you've got sensitive stuff, then yeah. Don says you need to have Alex as a guest on Coffee Talk. He was like 2, 3 weeks ago, right before he started his freelance gig. My granddaughter wants to know, do you like weather or flying more? I mean, weather's a job. Flying is kind of my release. All right, so Deborah, you live in Castleberry. You're 2 seconds away from me. I don't know what snow on the mountains is, if that's a plant. I don't know. If you're worried, cover them up. If it's something sensitive, cover it up. For me, I've got palms and shrubs. I'm not covering them up. But like sensitive flowers, things like that, it's always a good idea to take care of things, right? It's always a better idea to do that. Yeah. All right. We looking good? I don't think my hibiscus are going to make it even covered. This is extreme. They are wimps. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Weather and flying are both atmospheric. Yeah, they definitely all tie in directly. Yeah. Jan says I have a bag of potatoes that need to get used. I'm thinking potato ham soup. Can I tell you? I had a bag of potatoes that needed to get used. Can I show you what I made last night, you guys? My first time. All right. So let me just start by saying I have never fried anything. I've air fried the snot out of stuff, but like I've never done that. I have a recipe from my grandmother to make potato latkes. I was terrified, but we did it. We made potato latkes. This this is the like, look at what I can do, ma. Like my grandmother, my mother up in heaven. They're both like making fun of me as I'm over here frying potato latkes. My first time. There's a first time for everything. Look at those babies. Look at those babies. You can hear the sizzle. So anyway, first time, and they tasted just like grandma's. Now I did them a little stringier for the kids because didn't I wanted them to look like more potato, for the kids. But anyway, next time I'll do a little more chopping it up like my grandmother used to do. But maybe you do those. Those are always great. Debbie says they're smiling down at you. Thank you. It's funny. So my aunt sent me the recipe, and when I said to my aunt, "I'm terrified to do this," she's like, "Mom and Grandma are looking down, helping you." And I was like, all right. That photo of you could be the cover of a cookbook. It's so funny. I was leaning in for this photo, and the wife was like, "Well, don't get too close to the frying," and I'm like, "Ah, you're right." Ah, so funny. Oy vey. All right. Get the apron. Oh, hey, when I'm cooking, man, you can always tell. I've got the apron on. My apron game. Excuse my ignorance. What exactly are potato latkes, Brian? So, potato pancakes, they've been called. I don't know. I don't know what else to call them. It's potato pancakes. There's 1,000 recipes online. It's super simple, and it's when I was like prepping it, I was like, this looks disgusting. Like, then you put it on the fryer and it comes together beautifully. But when it's just sitting in the bowl, it looked disgusting. I guess it's that old style cooking where it's like it doesn't look like much until you cook it and then it comes out wonderful. But it did. It came out wonderful. So yeah. I don't use applesauce or sour cream. Jeannie uses sour cream. Bruce, did you pay for his fuel? So actually, I should tell you all, I'm going to have to figure out coffee talk tomorrow because tomorrow morning I have to go pay for his I need to go put some gas in his airplane. So tomorrow morning we'll figure out coffee talk, but at 8 a.m. I don't I don't plan on yeah, I may not be able to do coffee talk tomorrow for that because I've got to properly reimburse Alex for his saving my tuchus. I make potato patties out of leftover mashed potato. There you go. Yeah. Brian says, I love those. Now you're talking Southern. Yeah, I mean, it's different versions of all the same stuff. Ghost of Woman says, I use sour cream when my kids use ketchup. Yeah, the kids used ketchup yesterday. We did it with burgers. So it was kind of like, instead of French fries, they had potato. Yeah. Chris, you're showing that you're served in the military. No, these both of our planes run 100 low lead, and I've got 64. He's got extended tank, so I think he takes more even. But I take 64 gallons full. My daughter says you must do coffee talk. My daughter says you must do coffee talk. I don't understand. Oh, I must do coffee talk tomorrow. I don't know. I've got to figure out timing. I've got to figure out timing. Jeannie Rowan says gasp ketchup. I've got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. Anything I can do to just get them to eat. At this point, anything I can do to get the. Although Eric's becoming a pretty good eater. I digress. I don't know, Terry. I'll figure it out. I have to chat with Alex and see what his schedule looks like. All right. Questions, comments, concerns about anything? We good? We called the mashed potato ones potato patties when I grew up. Always made extra mashed potatoes since we loved them so. As a Chicago boy, I cannot endorse the use of ketchup. I get it, Bill. I get it, Bill. First off, long time no see, buddy. Have to catch up. Second off, I get it. I did not. I For my potato pancakes, I just eat them as they are. Like Jeannie did the sour cream. I know some people like the applesauce. I'm just gonna sit there and eat all that fried heart attack goodness. Chris Pierce says, I'll be prepared for coffee talk at 6 a.m. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Yeah. All right. All right, friends. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm gonna go do the things now. I don't think I'm on TV today, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. So, my friends, I've made another job change. Brian Tittle, the Renaissance man, following my retirement rule. That when the job quits being fun, I quit doing it. I'm now doing tram tours at Daytona International Speedway. Come see us sometime and look me up. Oh yes, yes, I knew that. When we were doing the Share Your Christmas, you were getting set up for that. Very cool, Brian. Cannot wait to hear those stories. And you take care of Mr. Ron Kendrick out there. He's Wesh royalty now. Okay, you take care of him. Fry them in butter or avocado oil. I used vegetable oil. That's what Grandma always used. Yeah. All right, people. Thank you so much for hanging out. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I'll see y'all later. All right, we'll figure it out. I'll have something for you tomorrow, even if it's super quick. All right, take care.